And I forgot to move the car. Where's Waldo? It's always hard to tell. There were 2 praying mantises. Unfortunately, there was a terrible accident. We lost one. Somehow. Oh, yeah. Can't read his sign. It's all dirty. What are you doing, Mom? Just my bad kitty. Can't come outside. He's so bad. Not today, baby. That thing's so big right now. I can't even. I'm thinking about keeping that one. Taking it. Look at this. These kitties. Just run around my yard. Like they own the place. I think the one on the ground's the neighbor's cat, and that one is just, one of the alley cats. I'm pretty sure he's from the same litter. This is one of the ones I took in. Hi, Zero. You saw me looking at him. There's my loyal lump of loyal and faith. As much as a cat can be loyal. But my inside cat, Morty, hates his guts. Probably because I'm nice to him. There's Puddles. So wants to run away. You're not going to run away. Oh, look. There's another new. She's new. You're new. You're one of the new ones. It's not even fixed yet. She's been too sick. Like, snotty, weird, gross sick. Anyway. How about that COSM gathering? Did anybody else go to that? There was a bunch of people there. It was pretty cool. Oh, there's Sissy. This Sissy. which it means I think that other cat, little brother, is Sissy's brother. It's hard to tell though. I gotta find my... Oh my man. Yeah. You're a good girl. So the big takeaway, other than everybody is killing it, really slacking. What is the big takeaway? Oh, art is your voice, right? The art is your voice. As in, people always want to... No, I don't know about people. I've been trying to find ways to talk about the tree, or how to bring it up in, art, church, or whatever, however. And I keep making it too complicated, I think. Whenever it isn't, it's not that hard. One of the other things is our, I guess, be here now community at COSM, which before the meeting I was watching a Be Here Now. I was watching a thing with Duncan Trussell talking about him talking to Ram Dass about making podcasts, recording, or getting his recordings, making podcasts of them, or just, sitting down and recording podcasts. Now, somebody brought that up during one of the COSM full moon meetings, I believe, in the chat. They said it would be really cool if you guys did a podcast, and Allison happened to be in chat, and she said, this is a podcast. But what the guy meant was a podcast like Joe Rogan or whatever. A little bit different format. But the rambling type of podcast, where more you are off the script kind of thing, because, and this is has been a really helped me figure out how to do certain things, is you have your poems and you use them during art church, which is genius. Like that, like it gives us our little prayers to say at church without necessarily going to another book. And it encourages everybody that's a member to write their own. You're reading yours that you were inspired by, but you also encourage everybody else to read theirs during the gatherings or whatever. Just share them with everybody. That's the whole point of COSM, is that we are preserving Alex's work, because why wouldn't we want to, first off? But our art in general just gets gets bad treatment over time. Let's say people in history haven't been the greatest stewards of art. Let's say we either hoard it for money, trade it, sell it, counterfeits, just the whole art scene for money. But the idea of creating a built, like the frames themselves, the fact that you're building frames, the fact that Alex builds frames, I've always really liked that also. Which is why this is never done. Because I've been trying to build this frame for it. Not build, make. It's not nearly as complicated as Alex's, but it has proven challenging. But I've been trying to grow them. I've been wanting to use different plants. Oh, bub, not right on my, not on it. Dude, what if that was wet, Morty? Meow. Sometimes I think the cats are working against me. They're here to keep me locked in my cage. He doesn't want me to leave. He's jealous of me talking to people. That's why he comes during the new moon meetings. He sees me getting excited and happy, and he can't have that because I'm not happy about Morty. I'm not even saying his name. How the hell? What? What's that about? Oh, we're working on that, huh, Morty? Well, I am. You don't care. See? He doesn't care. Come in here and ruin my train of thought. Of course you would, Morty. Damn it. But, anyway. I think it's important that we take advantage of this opportunity. Oh, yeah, dude. We preserve the work because the work represents something we've all experienced, these transcendental moments. But they are objects of power also. They instill us with those experiences, glimpses of them, and help us recreate them as much as the mind can recreate such a thing. You know, we each have our own threshold of imagination, but they act as portals. Preserve Alex's art. Because duh. But that also is the beginning of preserving everyone else's art also. Like within the community that's drawn to the art, more art will arise. That's kind of how it goes. And we as a community will prop them up and build temples to house them. The idea that I see, like the big COSM community, is that there are temples in multiple cities around the country, around the world really, all housing local works. Whoa. And of course you could have prints or, like different sculptures recreated of the chapel, from the chapel, in different places. We could have mirrors, say, in every place, but the rest of the building would be for whatever art is there in that town at that time. And these could all be evolving as people are inspired, Sorry. There's a couple other cool things. Is this thing on? Sorry. There were a couple cool things. Also, during the new moon. Besides everyone's artwork, man, I wish I'd write names down. Fuck. But the last girl to talk, you just got your studio. She's got her studio. She had the tree with the tree pointing at her mouth and vagina, like that. She said the name. It's like the Green Man, and then the female woman. The picture was like spot on. What was I even going to say about that? Other than it's awesome. It was awesome. Maybe it's just that it was awesome. And Brie. Oh, the Australian. There was a couple people from Australia. But our Australian girl kills it. Her shit's getting banging, dude. Then there was Allison. And there's squares with the numbers. Which made me think of a magic square. But that's all her stuff is magic squares. Duh. But it also made me think of, or when she started talking about sleep and how to help get to sleep, which, geez, we could all need all the secrets you have. If anybody has sleep secrets, give them up. But she was talking about doing this thing with numbers and affirmations, and she says a number and then she says an affirmation or something along those lines. Not necessarily an affirmation, but each number has a saying associated with it. Oh, and that girl with the poem with the numbers, man, that really got me. She's always at the real life meetings. Oh, I'm so bad with names. I love all you guys. You guys always say the thing that I'm sitting there debating whether I should talk about. The dude, I think I wrote your name down. But you're talking about Ram Dass and Tool and YouTube community. That's my life, brother. That's my life. Which is why, when Alex talked about COVID bringing us together, if it wasn't for COVID, I keep saying that, but I was really trying to get back into COSM to begin with. That's why I got the membership. But the fact that they started doing Zoom meetings meant that membership meant something more. So the timing all just kind of worked out. Morty, I'm going to throw you away. Then, what was it? So, Ram Dass, Zoom. There was just so much. All the numbers. So, that is actually very similar to this thing I do that I got, I think, from the Flower of Life workshop. And it's sort of how the pharaohs or the acolytes of the mystery school in ancient Egypt, when you would get to the pyramid, it talks about they spiral out from the Great Pyramid. What basically they do the Fibonacci spiral 1 1 2 5. You know, he's not gonna say it. 1 1 2 3 5 8. You know it. You know it. 13, 21, 34, 55, 89, 44. And then I would go backwards. 89, 55, 34, 21, 13, 8, 5, 1. Yeah, see? He messes it up. I used to do that a lot to fall asleep. I had stopped doing that, actually. But her talking about that reminded me that I used to do that all the time. And maybe I don't sleep so good because I don't do that anymore. And here's the other thing. Meditating in general, I feel like I've been slacking. Which you have to do the work. The work, which is just being mindful. You have to do mindfulness. You have to sit and breathe. You have to. And silence is important. And I am bad with silence. I don't do it well. I always make a noise. Which is why, one reason why I don't talk at the new moon meetings is because I always talk and I always ruin shit. Saying. Like, you know, the thing, like, all he had to do was say nothing. Right? But then he starts talking. But that is why the big takeaway for me this month is art. Let the art be your voice. That is just beautiful. And I believe that was a new member that said that. I think she said she was new, or at least first time joining. I don't know. I try to scroll through the thing. I'm getting better at figuring out how to interact in Zoom. I'm such a retard when it comes to doing stuff. It took me a while to even figure out how to raise my hand, and then now I'm just nervous about it. When before it was like I didn't know how to do it, so it was like I wanted to do it so bad, but I don't know how. But now I know, and I'm like, oh yeah, but no. Now I gotta embarrass me. And it's not even that I say that, but that's not really it. More like I don't want to infect everyone with my crippling depression or hatred for everything, which that all seems to go away during the meetings, and that is why it is really it's good, okay? First off, that's really good. I am grateful that I have a community that makes me feel good when I'm around them. People, when I see them happy, it makes me happy. That's good. right? But this, kind of like dude was saying, kind of getting at, which is kind of the reality of everything right now, is that this is virtual, right? Yes, we meet up in real life, which is why, like, if we didn't meet up in real life and do these type of things, I would probably be one of them people that were like, oh yeah, the internet is dead and it's just propaganda used to control me, blah 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 blah. Like, but that's where your head goes when you're not making anything, when you're not creating anything and you're just absorbing information. It's like, yeah, everything is telling you what to think and what to do, because they made it and it's designed to convey ideas. That's what everything is. Propaganda is just the natural evolution of that when it comes to society. Like, you mean the people in power want us to believe the things they believe, but don't want to tell us outright because we may not take it well, or may reject it because it's coming from them. So they use weird psyops to convince us of things. Huh? It's like, no, yeah, duh. But so, yes, it's good, but it's also dangerous because unless I really okay, let me put it this way. If we don't commit as a community together, there's gonna be fall off for people, because the message is getting big now, you know. And here's the thing. We all are healed through service. We're here to serve. I want to, like, the best thing you can do is literally feed people. Just, that's why I take care of all these animals. Like, I like the animals, but do I want to scoop a litter box, 2 litter boxes, 4 or 5 times a day? Not really. No, not really. I really don't. I don't actually at all. I'm so fucking sick of litter boxes. And then my cats that want to go outside and come inside, run away when they do get out. Just medicine. They're gonna die. Also, they're gonna die. Every one of them gets sick and die. And then Trav gets sad. Right? There's all these things. It would be like easier not to. But you feel better when you aren't a selfish fucking sociopath that's only trying to, like, feel better by taking more, like, working to save up to get thing to then knock yourself out, like, to numb yourself or whatever, man. All them games. The reason psychedelics are different than other drugs is because they don't. It's literally coming like chemically. Okay, opioids, for example, are a pain reliever, but what that means is they're attaching themselves to pain receptors, and then you don't feel pain. You feel euphoria from the connection of these receptors. But taking more means, like the tolerance talk, that's because you need more receptors. And your brain will make more receptors and make more available because you're flooding your brain with this signal, this frequency. All chemicals are frequencies, by the way. Each chemical carries a signature, and that frequency activates different parts of the brain to produce these chemicals. Different frequencies produce certain chemicals in the brain, and then you have effect. Like binaural beats can change the frequency of your brain by having a 200 and a 210 overlay, and that gives you a remainder of 10 and a 10